I told all y'all close to a year ago. Well, even prior to it. Tory didn't shoot that girl. I told y'all.
I told your ass in 2022 and 2023 that Tory will be sent new representation of a higher order and he will be freed. Sick or not, bitch, you and your boss under judgment right now. You a liar and a fraud, child. And you and your career is in the trash. Dumpster juice. Everything about you is a lie, child. Everything. But God has really been on me for the past 2 weeks, just to relay the message, and I may be on this hill by myself, but here goes. Let's be clear. I do not now, nor have I ever believed that this man is guilty of what he's been accused and ultimately convicted of. There was no evidence, no witnesses. Everyone was tested for gun residue. Everyone had gun residue present, including Shorty, but only his results were entered into the defense. And I'm going to refer to her as Shorty because I know exactly how her team gets down in regards to social media. It is a documented fact that me and Mila Gross are the only two black females from the very beginning that's been screaming, free that man, she is a liar. This is a cautionary tale of media and the industry and their desire to possess, control, and be empowered. I'm just going to speak facts. He literally broke the code. He figured out a way to monetize on his intellectual property. He owned his masters, and he was 100% independent. So that makes him a threat. Peace. Spirit says Shorty is a liar and she's a manipulator and has shitted on and stepped over many people on her rise to the top. The machine that's financing her, you know who you are. You're already on borrowed time, but that was a big mistake. She's not even worth the investment. Your company will never be the same. I don't give a damn what the verdict says. I am a black woman who possesses logical and critical thinking skills, and I believe and stand behind Tory. I have never believed this story, this particular subject. But for the ones that just don't get it, including the ones in my comments telling me I should be ashamed and telling you about what the verdict says, let's critically and logically think together, shall we? Everyone wants to talk about facts and truths. Well, let's stick to just that for the sake of this video and, well, a man's freedom. The other people involved have lied about multiple things on multiple occasions, but somehow people just seem to keep wanting to forget that and disregard it. The alleged fragments have simply vanished. They disappeared, almost as though they never existed. If this was a vital part of the evidence, how did they just disappear, and why are we disregarding this fact? It's also a fact that the key witness for Tory's defense was seen leaving the prosecutor's office days before he was set to testify on his behalf. What you got to talk to him about? Tory is being sent new representation from a higher order. This entire case is being picked apart as we speak. And corruption on all levels will be exposed. Daystar is one of ours, and he will be redeemed. Are we also going to ignore the fact that the other two people involved were in a physical altercation that had nothing to do with him? So that means we're also going to ignore the fact that the prosecution refuses to enter this fact into the case.
Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun. She fired it 3 times. Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm, gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Ms. Peet, did not shoot at Ms. Peet, or did not assault Ms. Peet. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case.
Are you also going to ignore the fact that everyone involved in this case tested positive for gun residue, but it was conveniently left out of the defense and left out of the evidence once again?
For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Ms. Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why was
on to the infamous tape? We all heard him apologize. It was crazy, but we heard it. Critical thinking time. Go back and listen to the audio as many times as you need to. What exactly did he apologize for? For being drunk and messy and exposing the love triangle? For betraying other shorties' trust? I never heard him specifically state what it was for. I can tell you what I didn't hear. Him apologize for shooting anyone. This is less about any of the people involved and more about people's inability to comprehend and critically and logically think. Believing what anyone tells you without using your own brain analysis and logical and critical thinking skills, once again, will get you nowhere in the fifth dimension. It's vital for us to dust off that part of our brains and start to utilize it more in order for us to assimilate into 5D.